Starting now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Almost Sideshow with your bonus episode for the week. This is season 4, episode 2. They had to come out with 2 episodes the first week. I don't know why. It's throwing off our schedule, man. I know, but it's good. It's good. More Barry, the better. But now it's going to end sooner. Anyways, I'm Terry. He's Adam. We're here to talk everything Barry. Season 4, episode 2, getting you ready for the new episode that's going to be coming out soon. Adam, how's it going?
It's good, man. I've never been to Dave & Buster's. I'll just throw that out there now. Pretty excited to journey there.
Yeah. I've been once.
I've seen several movies talk about Dave & Buster's. I've seen a TV show now that's been to Dave & Buster's, so I feel like I've been there.
There you go. Sensory overload is a good word for it.
Yes, it looks like a more insane version of Buffalo Wild Wings with arcade games, apparently.
It's like if you were to slam Buffalo Wild Wings and Chuck E. Cheese together. That's Dave & Buster's.
Nice. That's actually sounds like I'm getting anxious just thinking about it. Anxiety.
Or maybe think the idea of like a Vegas casino, but it's all arcade games.
Ooh, there we go. Okay,
that's Dave & Buster's plus Buffalo Wild Wings.
Plus. There we go. Perfect.
But I mean, it did give us the title of the episode, so that's good. So let's get into it. Let's talk about that title because this is Barry, season 4, episode 2, and it is entitled Bestest Place on the Earth.
Yes.
All right. Here's what happens in episode 2. Fuchs drops the whole give Barry to the FBI plan and instead hires a hotshot attorney and tries to start a prison gang as the Raven with Barry.
The Raven.
Barry is having strange visions of his childhood of when he met Fuchs. Sally comes back to LA and visits Barry in prison, mainly to make sure he was able to take care of everything concerning the guy she killed. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
She also finds out she has no chance of a career because she is not only viral video girl, she is also the girlfriend of a murderer. But she does find out that Gene knew the whole time.
Yeah.
Then there's Gene. After a failed attempt at a scavenger hunt, mainly because he's probably scared of Jim Moss, he acts out with great exaggeration his story of him and Barry. Then, Hank and Cristobal. They bring together warring crime families at Dave & Buster's, the bestest place on earth.
Bring me to a happy place.
Let's see here. I lost my spot there. They bring them together to help with the sand business. However, Hank still wants Barry, and Cristobal isn't happy. Once Hank gets a call from Fuchs saying Barry is now talking to the FBI and giving everything up, Hank knows Barry needs to die. The one person that has been on Barry's side since the very beginning, he has now turned against him. Adam, what'd you think?
It's heavy. Like Doc Brown, the great American poet, Doc Brown used to say in Back to the Future, this is heavy. There's that word again, heavy. So, it's a good episode. I like the twists and turns it did make. It kind of feels like everybody's kind of turning on themselves. You know, Fuchs gives up, turning on Barry, but Barry's has to look out for himself to try to get out. But, you know, you got Noel Hank trying to rescue Barry. And then you have, then the complete 180 turn happens where now we have to go kill Barry at the very end of the episode. That's pretty interesting. And then Sally and her conflicted feelings of hate for Barry, but also like she felt safe with him at the same time. Kind of a conflicted feeling and message there. Gene is a horrible game. He would not be invited to game night with Jason Bateman.
No. He'd be stuck hanging out with Jesse Plemons.
Plemons, yeah. Which would not be a bad group to hang out with, though. But anyway, but yeah, this was a really solid episode. It definitely gives us another like where they're going to go next with it because it's just becoming really interesting. It feels like this show's about Barry, but Barry is the character that doesn't have a whole lot to do in this episode. These episodes so far, it's all the other minor side characters that we're kind of paying attention to and trying to. How are they going to respond? Like, what's going to happen with them? And that's what I feel like this is what the season is so far. I'm assuming Barry doesn't, he's going to have some stuff to do eventually, just kind of feeling out the world currently. So, solid stuff.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It seems to be a common theme on this episode and in this show, and it plays with this idea a lot of if everyone could just get on the same page at the same time, we'd be good. But we can't. I mean, because you've got Fuchs working an angle to get Barry off, while Hank is trying to break Barry out, while Barry is talking to the FBI, but he says he will only go if he can, I'm assuming, bring Fuchs with him, because, or maybe
Hank.
he's going to bring, well, no, so when he goes, he says someone's got to come with me. Or maybe he says maybe he's saying that he's going to go
international, like he worked with these different international groups, and then they say, and he takes somebody with me.
Or maybe he's saying he'll go into witness protection if he can take Sally with him.
That could be it too.
That's got to be it, because I think that's the one thing Barry does do this episode is at the end of episode 1, he's this crazy person and he's freaking out on the prison guard, and here, just like 2 minutes with Sally and his heart is melted, he's talking to the FBI and he's trying to be a better person again. And he even sees there's the vision of him, dancing. I'm assuming it's dancing at their daughter's wedding or something like that. And they're old. So he's seeing there's a life with the two of us, and Sally still wants this, even though Sally doesn't want to admit that this is what she wants, but it's what she wants. And so he's going to give everything up and go into witness protection, and I think maybe take Sally with. But it could be saying I'll give everything up if Fuchs can get out too. I don't know. I that was kind of murky, but now that I'm talking about it, I think it's Sally. So that was interesting. The whole Hank connection with Barry I find fascinating too. Is Hank harboring feelings for Barry? Is Hank feeling responsible for Barry because he's the reason he's in LA to begin with? It was him and Goron called Barry to LA, and that's what started this whole mess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good point. Him and Goron brought him here, got signed up for a job, and now he's.
And remember, this whole thing started because Goron's wife was sleeping with Ryan Madison. That's really where this all started.
So essentially, Ryan Madison is the biggest stick man of the entire show.
Oh, by far. By far. Has to be, right?
On the regular, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Even though he didn't even last an episode.
Well, 8 and 10 guys. No. Anyway, one of those, anyway. But yeah, that is good. That's a good point. Like, is he harboring feelings for Barry, or what's going on with that? I think Crystal kind of hints at it too. It's like, what's going on? You need to run stuff by me. Like, let him go. He doesn't care about you.
Yeah, he has this hang up on Barry, but then instantly turns when Hank gets the call from the Raven, and it's all over. Barry needs to die.
I wonder how he got that. The Raven got the phone because he was laying on his cot.
Yeah, what's up with that? That must have been like his attorney gave it to him. Maybe
Cheeseburger Eddie from The Longest Yard, because he can always get stuff. Like, he got cleats in The Longest Yard too. Maybe he got a phone. Who knows? I don't know where I pulled that out, but anyway.
I mean, the more obvious one would be Red from Shawshank Redemption. I've been known to
hear things. That's the better one. That's the better one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the better reference there.
Yeah, I wanted to mention Shawshank in the last episode. Why didn't I just go with that? I was like,
I know.
Anyway.
All right. What's the best scene in this episode?
The Dave and Buster's one. Like, I think that how that shot is awesome. Like it's clear, like the crew is sitting like right. They stop at a certain point both times. Like the crew is sitting right there, but it's complete full circle shot, one take. It's pretty shot really well, and I love like the little parts. Like, hi, can I start you guys off with some appetizers? Yeah, we'll get some jalapeno poppers for the table.
Yeah,
at the very end. I think that was really good.
And then turns back. The killing has to stop.
Yeah, just like, and they're like families sitting right in earshot of this conversation. I was like, it's not a practical place for a meeting. You would think they would have it in that little like rent that little office area where they're having a little later on in the episode.
Well, he's got to convince them to even sit down at that. Yeah, to get there.
Nothing brings people together like winning fluffy stuffed animals at Dave and Buster's, apparently. So all your
it brings a whole new definition to the quote from Despicable Me. It's so fluffy I could die.
Right. It's so
killing
fluffy.
Has to stop.
It's so fluffy I could kill. That's essentially. I
love the moment in that too, because they're just kind of walking around, and then there's the moment where Hank messes up and has to jump and run back to the other side of the table behind Cristobal's back, and because so he's in the right spot. Yeah, that was good. I had that written down too, but I had one or two others that when Sally goes and visits Barry, that scene, like, and it's almost like back-to-back scenes. You go from this crazy, fun, weird thing at Dave and Buster's going around the table to Barry has a visitor, and it's Sally asking about the dog Muffin, and Barry's just, he is delusional at times in how he's holding on to these things that he can't have and he can't hold on to anymore, but he can't let it go either. And she lets something slip of, I feel safe with you. And that whole it changes Barry's entire outlook on life, on everything. And did she mean it? I don't know, but it was a fascinating. Every time you get Sally on top of her game. I mean, Sarah Goldberg playing Sally has been great the entire time. So that's a great one for sure.
What was your other one?
The other one is the Raven, stepping in front of the prison group watching Yellowstone, and trying to give everybody a nickname. No, I'm Jason. You're whatever.
You're Livewire. That's Jason.
You're Livewire. That's Jason. It's Groove Tube. And then it ends with Barry giving him acting notes.
That's right. He did do that. Yeah.
I've been taking these acting classes, and you really knew what you were doing up there, and you had a great presence. You knew what you wanted to communicate. You knew your audience. It was another good one. All right. The Fuchs Bag Douchebag Award for this episode goes to,
I'm gonna say Fuchs for this one. He stepped in front of Yellowstone. Man, don't interrupt Yellowstone. You need to watch that show in its entirety. That was a great episode too. Like it just falling into the river. Like it's a great episode, and I'm totally on board with the guy who doesn't like nicknames, being upset that he's trying to watch a show, man. It's Yellowstone, one of the better shows, and I missed that show, so I need to hurry up and get part 2 of that, whatever, like season 5 or 6 that it's on right now. So we're still waiting. Part 2.
Never watched Yellowstone. It's
a good one. It's a good show.
That's not bad. However, in the grand scheme of things, this may have been one of the least douchey episodes for Fuchs.
This is true. So it's a stretch.
With everything else going on. Like, he's actually trying to do the right thing, and then Barry kind of messes it up. My Fuchs bag, I think we're 2 for 2 so far in this season. It's Gene. He sending the reporter on a scavenger hunt so he could, and then man, you got here fast.
They have a rocket ship.
You want to go sit down? It's like, no, I can't do it. Here.
What is the address?
Here's the address. Lock the door. But Sally gets in, so I don't know if he actually remembered to lock the door.
Or maybe it was a different entrance because he comes through she's at the top and he came in the bottom. Who knows?
Oh, it could be. But then doing it so he could act it out. I mean, and it was so bad. It was all crap. And the scene where it's like when he first meets him, I'm like, none of this happened. I'm a world-renowned acting coach. The people are not banging down the door to get in here. I just got back from the army, man. You don't let me into your theater, I'm gonna go kill myself. I mean, and okay, his Barry voice was a little too close to the Fonz.
Oh yeah.
Hey. It's like, hey, I just got back from the army, Mr. Kusanov. I love you, man. I mean, it sounded like he turned Barry into the Fonz.
Good old Happy Days. Let's go. Good stuff. Yeah, that's a funny one. Kind of not a fun. That's a good call. I like it. I like that call.
Because it was horrible acting too, and
he breaks down in sweat like he has like a rag over drinking water.
He's been rehearsing for that one for a while. Yeah,
this is gonna be anonymous, right? I don't see how it could be, but
yeah, exactly. An anonymous source tells me that Gene Kusanov was locked in a trunk,
and he by himself with Barry Berkman.
Yeah. All right. The stick man of the episode. I'm going with Groove Tube. I mean, that guy.
I was right there with you, actually.
Yeah, he hates nicknames. He just wants to watch Yellowstone. I mean, it's a battle between him and Livewire, but I think we're going Groove Tube.
Yeah, Groove Tube's good. I got Livewire as the other one. He has the flowing locks.
He does have the flowing locks.
But both of those characters are definitely the biggest stick man on this episode.
Yeah. All right. Best new face goes to
Bong. Or no, this is minor character, or this is this is the
best new face,
right? Oh, best new face. Okay, never mind. Okay, hold on. The waitress from Dave and Buster's. Is that what?
I like that one. That's good.
Yeah, the waitress from Dave and Buster's, because she wants to just take care of these group of killers and do the best service so she can get that tip, the tip of money. Yeah, go.
I had a couple. One of them was Gail Winograde, the attorney, because his one scene where he's talking about what he's like, I killed that trial. I mean, he was great. And the other one is who are you? I'm Tomas. Where's Barry? I don't know. He went to special housing, but I'm Tomas. He was great. All right, now the Jermaine favorite minor character goes to who, Adam?
Oh, I still got him backwards. Dang it. Oh, right. The John Hamm familiar face one.
Yeah.
I had Bong, who was Francois Chow, because he was in Lost, and he's really good in Lost. He was the guy in the videotape they find. Have you seen Lost?
I have not seen Lost.
Well, okay, well, this point is mute for you, but he's fun. The scenes in Lost are good. So that's when I first. It's the guy from the videotape from the Dharma Initiative. Anyway, so Jermaine minor character was the waitress.
Okay.
That's where I went. Yeah.
Have we seen Bong before? Because they talk to him like we've seen him before.
I don't think we've seen him before.
Okay, they just have had prior dealings.
I think that was Cristobal who had the prior dealings.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so my Jermaine favorite minor character is Lon O'Neill, the reporter from Vanity Fair, because he's listening to this whole thing and he's taking feverish notes, and then at the end of it, he's like, "So he was your student. He killed your girlfriend. Then you found out he blackmailed you, and then you got him caught. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. It's like I cut through all the crap, and I actually found the nuggets of truth in that
and then
meandering diatribe.
Yeah, he said something like, he was like, so he He killed your girlfriend, blackmailed you, got your career back, and
got your career back.
Then you and Moss's dad tried to got him framed him. Is that pretty much it? Yes, that's pretty much it. Yeah,
and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Cut through all the crap. Here are the actual the actual stuff. Yeah. The very relatable moment of the episode. What do you got?
I think. Well, I was going to say I jokingly said Yellowstone here, but
don't step in front of the TV while Yellowstone's on.
Don't you do it? We need to see Kevin Costner and his crazy ass family. Come on. No, I think being caught up on somebody I think we've all had that maybe possible moments getting caught up on somebody or something, rather. Kind of like Hank does. He's kind of caught up on Barry, even though he's like, there's a whole different world like they're trying to do together with Cristobal and stuff like that too. I think that's something that we can relate to. Like we get caught up on, the little things that kind of distract us, and we want to. Like, I need to go take care of this situation, even though I have this whole perfect thing over here working on. So I think that's something that's familiar, relatable.
I like that. That's good. That's good. And I didn't know exactly where you were going with that, and you went with Hank on Barry, but you could have also said the same thing about Barry on Sally, and how his almost obsession of her is potentially saving him. And so, I think we'll talk a little bit more about that when
I think essentially Sally as well has the same thing where Muffin was the thing that's kind of distracting her, and so she was trying to escape, and it's like, I have to come back now and do this other thing. I think they all these characters are now have their flaws or showing a little bit more too, and their hiccups.
So my Barry relatable is other people giving you nicknames. I got my little thing there. It says I don't like nicknames. I people who've given me nicknames forever, and I have countless of them, and I don't really care. It's kind of fun.
Good job, champ.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the Raven.
And I'm Andy Dalton.
You're Andy Dalton. I mean, that's just true.
Enough said.
I love those redheads.
I need to figure out how to delete that one.
All right. Let's see here. LVP, MVP, and then let's talk about what's going to happen next. I'll go first. My LVP is a good one. My LVP is integrity, because that's why Sally's not going to get a job. Because Lindsay looks at her and says, "You're toxic. You've got all these issues, and you have integrity. Like you could get a reality show and make more money than God, but you have integrity, so you're not going to get a job." Sorry.
Yeah.
But a Sally reality show, a Sally Berry reality show and witness protection. Now that would be
interesting.
That would be something. My MVP is the bestest place on the earth. It's Dave & Buster's.
Yeah, that's what I put too.
It
for
has
MVP.
to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Has to.
All right.
It was greatest advertising for that place ever. It's season 4, episode 2.
Yeah. Well, and then they this is not the first time that a restaurant has been referenced in the title of the show, because what was it last season? All the sauces.
All the
Buffalo
sauces.
Wild Wings.
Yeah. All the sauces.
All the sauces. All right. What about you, LVP, MVP?
The subtle, marketing and product placement is on point with Barry. It's not like Transformers that beats you over the head with it. Anyway, for LVP, I got Gene's game setup. Yeah, he is horrible at setting up this labyrinth event. Like, man, see, if Gene was like the jigsaw killer, this movie would be over in like 5 minutes. Like, it would be horrible.
He was really taping an envelope to a parking meter.
Parking meter, yeah. Dumb. That's why you don't get Scotch tape, kids. Use the duct tape or something. I get it.
Yeah.
That would have worked there. But anyway, that's my LVP. And then MVP, of course, was Dave & Buster's.
If we want to go with a different MVP, Bill Hader has directed both of the episodes so far.
Oh, yeah, great direction.
My word. This guy... I saw someone post, like, who would have thought that when that geeky, skinny kid debuted on SNL, he was going to turn into one of our great, like, darkly comedic actors and an amazing filmmaker at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, yeah, you don't see it. You don't see it. But he has, and it's awesome to watch. Okay, what's happening next?
All right, what's happening next? I think there's going to be whoever Noah Hanks talking to is going to be revealed about trying to get him out of prison, but now it's going to be to kill him in prison.
Yeah.
Or Hank's going to show up at the prison and have a little sit down with Barry, and oh, what would be interesting is now if Noah Hank is like dead set to kill him, but Criswell has cold feet, and tries to warn Barry. I think that could be interesting.
I mean, because how could we be starting a legitimate business if we're putting out hits on people?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That'd be very interesting. That'd be the conflict between those two characters. I think that though, this is the first episode where like we talked about the death rate of the characters. I think we should revisit that from the last one.
Yeah,
I think the death rate kind of shifted in this episode because I feel like at least some of my people might have moved up and down on it, because I'm like, Sally and Jean have this like weird interaction now too, where I'm kind of unsettled with those characters. And like maybe Sally snaps on Jean. I don't know. I don't see that maybe for sure happening.
I didn't see Sally running from Joplin as quickly as she did.
I thought she was on another episode.
But could the past come after her? I mean, her mom
Sam?
is still gonna go talk to Sam's mom about this. So is Sam gonna pop back up?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think one thing I could see happening is Barry goes through with this whole thing. He gives everything up. He gets witness protection. He's going to take Sally with him, and Sally refuses.
Oh, yeah.
And that sets everything off, and he goes off the deep end again. Yeah, that's the one main thing I was thinking of as we were looking at it. But yeah, thinking about the death rate, I still see there's not really much of a way this finishes with Barry living.
I don't want it to feel like a cop out either. Like he just kind of just goes into hiding.
Yeah.
Because it would remind this. I've already made comparisons a lot on the sideshow that it's kind of like Dexter. It has the similarities to the Dexter.
Right.
And they had to revise that show, and then even the revised like the new season of the New Blood of Dexter didn't even get good reception.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just don't want that to happen with such a great show, considering it, 30. It's like a lot shorter than Dexter anyway, so we don't want to have a tarnished ending. But who knows? It could work.
It could. Yeah. What's also tough is what the show has tended to do is it'll figure everything out, and then in like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the season finale, everybody dies. Right? Like first season, everything's looking good, and then Goron's dead, Janice is dead. Boom, boom. And then, season 2, something similar happens. Season 2 was the rampage in the monastery. Yeah. And all these characters like Meyerbeck that we've been meeting and getting to know so well go. And then it was going to happen in season 3, but he gets caught instead. I mean, so who's the rampage going to hit to end this season? And is he actually going to do it? Is he going to get caught again, or is he going to get gunned down? Or I think that's an inevitability we're heading towards.
Yeah, or it could be where a lot of other characters get killed, and maybe there's a confrontation between Jim Moss and Barry at the very end, and it's kind of like reliving season 3. And there's like that. I don't know. There's that too, the forgiveness aspect of things, but that would be kind of cheesy. So
I don't think you can. I don't think you can end this with that. That's not the confrontation. It's gonna be Barry Sally. It's gonna be Barry Jean. It's gonna be Barry Fuchs. It's gonna be one of these relationships that has been building for 4 seasons, And
it's gonna be Barry and Fuchs, I think. It's
it
got to be
kind of
Barry and
has to
Fuchs.
be. Yeah, I
Where
think it. I
one
think
of
it
them
does.
kill each other.
Or
Like,
all three and all, or there has to be some sort of confrontation. I think between all three of those pairs at some point.
yeah.
It's just a matter of how it happens. But
And
yeah,
how it
and
wins.
what the body count is at the end of it. It'll be interesting to see for
Yeah.
sure. All right. Well, that is season 4, episode 2, the bestest place on the earth.
I did have one thing real quick.
Yeah.
So I mentioned this last time. We did get a comment on our YouTube video on episode 1. So I wanted to read that out before we wrap this up. This is from Daryl Detrain. So good to get back into the world of Barry. Really interested in where the show will go. So that's the one comment. So again, if you guys comment on our YouTube channel, we'll read them out on the episode. So thank you for commenting, Daryl. And yeah, it's pretty awesome there. So we're very interested to see where the show's going, because I don't think we have any we have ideas, and maybe not good ideas. We haven't ever been right, really, but we'll see.
We have our moments. We have our moments.
That is true. But it's interesting to see where the show's going. So we're excited. So stay tuned.
Yeah. This will be fun. So again, this is season 4, episode 2. We'll be back at you very soon with season 4, episode 3. And this is a lot of fun watching. It's a lot of fun talking through it with you guys. So make sure you tune in next time. Until then, high five.
High five.